Here's more wrestling news for October 2nd, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include: was it a good decision to split the New Day once again on WWE Draft Night 1? Where is WWE SmackDown Women's Champion heading to? A mixed-gender feud is likely to start soon. WWE is having big issues selling Survivor Series tickets. WWE's opinion about new controversial NXT 2.0 gimmick. USA Network tired of WWE using Scapegoats to excuse declining viewership. Impact Wrestling digital media title new details revealed. CM Punk recalls Backstage reaction to WWE Pipe Bomb promo. WWE announces hiring of Jackie Redmond. We're starting off with WWE's 2021 draft as, once again, the New Day have been split up. With WWE Champion Big E staying on Raw and Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods heading to SmackDown, it's hard to tell what WWE's strategy is, if there's a plan at all. It seems that WWE's planned feud between the New Day and the Bloodline won't be happening, nor will the teased feud between Big E and Drew McIntyre, as the Scottish superstar is also heading to SmackDown. It was on this week's Raw that WWE teased the encounter, but it appears that fans will have to keep waiting to see the two lock horns. The teased feud between the New Day and the Hurt Business is seemingly finished before it ever really got started, as no matter where Lashley, Cedric Alexander, and Shelton Benjamin end up, they won't have the full New Day to face off with. At least now, Big E has a chance to do things as a singles competitor away from the comedy that comes with being a part of the New Day, but it'll be quite some time before we know if these drafts on Night 1 will help or hurt WWE in their ongoing war to win back viewers. There's still another night of drafting to go, as well as the free agents to be chosen, but judging from the way SmackDown ended this week, which saw Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch hold their respective titles aloft, it seems guaranteed that Becky Lynch is heading back to Raw. The number 1 draft pick in the 2019 draft, it's worth noting that Lynch never lost the Raw Women's title she held for 398 days, but instead vacated the title to Asuka last year due to her pregnancy. With Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair drafted to SmackDown, the simplest solution is for Lynch to move to the Red brand and the two rivals to switch titles. And although Lynch is practically guaranteed to be back on Raw, this Becky Lynch is a far different person than the one who left the Red brand in May of last year. Later this month, WWE will return to Saudi Arabia, and another huge match is confirmed for Crown Jewel. WWE have announced that on October 21st, SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch will defend against Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks in a historic triple threat match. The history between all three women is well documented, as Belair dethroned Banks at WrestleMania, whilst Lynch topped the EST at SummerSlam, and their rematch was interrupted by the returning boss at Extreme Rules. The odds are against the man in what'll be the first female triple threat match in Saudi Arabia, and time will tell who returns to the US as the unquestionable top woman on the blue brand. More from SmackDown, as Seth Rollins made himself right at home when he invaded the House of Edge, and this may be building to one epic mixed tag match. At the start of the segment, Rollins referenced Beth Phoenix, Edge's wife, and this could be working towards a tag match pitting Edge and the Glamazon against Rollins and Becky Lynch. If Lynch and Rollins are drafted to Raw next week, then they'll both be on the same brand as Edge, and don't be surprised if WWE saves this match for Survivor Series next month. Speaking of Survivor Series, this year's event will take place in Brooklyn, traditionally a hot crowd for WWE, but fans aren't exactly queuing outside the Barclays Center to snag tickets. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that so far, only 6,835 tickets have been sold, a disappointing figure considering how close the show is, and it's worth remembering the fans aren't the only ones scoring seats. Out of those tickets sold, it's expected that about 44.8% are now on the secondary markets, with sites like StubHub and Scalpers listing tickets at an increased price. It was further noted that the fact that nearly half the tickets sold are going to the secondary market is unusually high, especially for a WWE pay-per-view in the New York City market. The current get-in price for Survivor Series is $52, but WWE will have a lot of work to do to fill their show up, as despite a possible huge main event between Roman Reigns and Big E and the rumored appearance of The Rock, tickets aren't selling well at all. Over to NXT 2.0, as Joe Gacy has been one of the more controversial characters on the rebranded show, satirizing left-wing politics as a conflict resolution specialist. On this week's show, Gacy said he wasn't canceled despite his character segments being pulled from social media, and this may have all been part of WWE's plan. In the Wrestling Observer newsletter, it's reported that WWE have been very pleased with the character, especially as the gimmick earned NXT 2.0 some mainstream media attention on Fox News. With the US extremely divided when it comes to politics, WWE will have to tread very carefully with this new character. But with this mainstream potential, neither they nor Joe Gacy are giving up on this character. We've got some joyous news concerning Toni Storm now, as the SmackDown superstar is officially engaged. On Instagram, Storm shared a photo of Juice Robinson popping the question and captioned the photos, "Pop the champagne, I'm changing my last name." Storm and the New Japan star confirmed their relationship in May last year, and we'd like to offer our congratulations to the future Mr. and Mrs. Robinson on their happy nuptials. For months, it's been reported that WWE's relationship with their network partners has been strained, with Fox reportedly unhappy with the viewing figures that SmackDown has been pulling in. Fox have also been unhappy with how much WWE promotes Peacock, a division of NBC Universal on SmackDown programming, and things seem only slightly better with the USA Network. In an in-depth report, Fightful Select notes that USA are not happy with NXT 2.0 so far, and that contrary to popular belief, they care a great deal about the quality of the product. The USA Network is also aware of viewership trends and the decline of said viewership. As the report states, there are several at USA who grew tired of scapegoats and shortcuts in the 2 years before the pandemic and wanted that to change now that live fans have returned. The report adds that Stephanie McMahon has been a big name in maintaining the connection between WWE and the USA Network, as she was recently invited to a one-on-one discussion with NBC Universal chair Mark Lazarus. WWE's ratings have been declining for some time now, and the company can't blame the lack of crowds anymore, and we'll have to see what the company does next to heal their strained relationship. Over to AEW now, as next week's Dynamite will be the second anniversary of the show, and they're celebrating in style with a casino ladder match. The winner of this match will get a guaranteed AEW World Championship match, and we now know who's all in. During Rampage, a stacked lineup was announced as Orange Cassidy, Matt Hardy, Pac, Andrade El Idolo, Jon Moxley, Lance Archer, and a Joker card will face off next Wednesday in the ladder match. Wednesday's show will also see new TNT champion Sammy Guevara defend against recent NXT releasee Bobby Fish, as well as Hikaru Shida facing Serena Deeb, and with the Elite taking on Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Bryan Danielson, and Christian Cage, the second anniversary Dynamite will be a stacked show. This month, Impact Wrestling will crown its first Impact Digital Media Champion, and every wrestler in the company is an option to be the first holder of the title. After announcing the title on Thursday and confirming that a tournament will determine the inaugural champion, Impact's Executive VP Scott D'Amore has given an update, saying that both male wrestlers and knockouts are eligible to be champion. Over the next 3 weeks, a total 12 wrestlers will compete in 6 single-elimination matches, with the winners advancing to the title match that'll happen at Bound for Glory's digital pre-show before the Glory. Once the first champion is crowned, the title will be defended on Impact's digital platforms, as well as TV, Impact Plus specials, and pay-per-view, and time will tell which man or woman is the first to hold the gold. On June 27, 2011, CM Punk cut his first pipe bomb, an infamous promo that had changed his career forever. In the work shoot, Punk spoke about his genuine frustrations with the company, such as the fact that The Rock was headlining WrestleMania as a part-timer, and that the company was filled with a, quote, parade of shameless ass-kissers. Punk didn't hold back on that fateful Monday night, and on the AEW Unrestricted podcast, told Aubrey Edwards and Tony Schiavone about what happened backstage after the pipe bomb. I remember walking back up the ramp on the fly, thinking, well, I can't go through the curtain because I just did this promo. If I go through the curtain, I'm fist-fighting somebody. Backstage is normally just buzzing with people in the hallways. It was empty, and I remember looking around like, geez, what's going on? And I walked past the curtain through Gorilla, and everybody in the company was jammed into the tunnel, waiting to see me come through Gorilla because they figured the same thing. Punk also recalled seeing Chris Masters, who insisted that the former world champion would surely be fired after cutting the pipe bomb, a sign that Punk explains as, "We had something." Even a decade later, Punk's pipe bomb is considered one of the best worked shoots of all time, as it elevated a talented popular superstar into the anti-authority icon wrestling fans know and love today. More from WWE, and it's not just the rosters that are changing, as sportscaster Jackie Redmond has been hired as the new co-host for Raw Talk and Talking Smack. With over 10 years of experience, Redmond currently serves as a host and hockey reporter for the NHL Network and Turner Sports, and previously spent 6 years as the anchor for Rogers Sportsnet in Canada. WWE fans may recognize her for hosting WWE Aftermath, and the lifelong wrestling fan will now be providing her years of expertise each week on Raw Talk and Talking Smack. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.